That's really bad.
At all. Why
You
is
don't
it?
see the presentation.
Yeah, you can do the presentation, but it's like already. Hello.
Shall we put the computer in front then, so they see the presentation? Now they don't like. Now they don't see anything. What time? Where they are sitting on
I think it's not the problem of the presentation. It's more like the light from the.
Yeah, so if you put it more there, it will adapt.
The representative from the government, he didn't cancel, right? Or yeah, then he will be late. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's okay. So,
Oh well, we can try. Oh, we have to check it.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the opening ceremony of. So welcome all to the opening ceremony of this 58th World Congress of IS. This Congress is organized by the Committees of Switzerland and Belgium. We've already had 3 days of Congress. We've already visited the greenhouses in Bleiswijk, University of Wageningen, the research centers on Texel, and I believe they're all very interesting. But there's still, of course, more to come. We hope you'll learn on WoCo things on social, cultural, entrepreneurial, scientific things, and yeah, I'll be giving my speech short because of course we have a lot more speeches to come. The first person that will give a speech here is our president of IS, and Sandro Navarrete. The floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. Eric, thank you very much for your introduction. Okay. Yeah, a few days ago, I was preparing my speech. I was thinking about a nice message to share with all of you, and I made a draft. I thought about plenty of things, and to be honest, I didn't feel comfortable with it. So after one day, in a blink of an eye, it was already Monday, last Monday, and all of you began to arrive from different countries, from different parts of the world. So I said to myself, hey Sam, you really need to finish your speech now. The same day, on Monday afternoon, I was talking with a very good friend, which actually is here. His name is Yahor, our VP of Finances. He came from Belarus, and we met 3 years ago. So we had a great conversation, full of IAS memories, remembering our first IAS event 3 years ago. Just after that moment, I decided to talk this morning from a very, very, very personal point of view. Somehow this point of view have been shaped since my first experience in IAS 3 years ago. Exactly here in Leuven, in Q11, in World Congress 2012. To be honest, I will never imagine myself in this place giving the speech as a world president. And this is exactly what my message is about today. IAS has the amazing potential of changing our life and the way we see the world and agriculture, and it's very simple. You only need to look around you. You don't need to travel country by country, to Belgium, to Ghana, to Chile, to Belarus, to Slovenia, to Mexico. IAS brings us all together with our cultures, mindset, knowledge, experience, and ideas. Everything here in the same place, in the same network. One of my favorite quotes is think globally and act locally. The first time I read about it was actually in the EA's website of Indonesia. I really love this concept, and I will try to focus in the first part, think globally. At the end of the morning, my colleague, the international coordinator of this great event, Damien, will talk more about take action and why we are here this summer in this great event. So what does it mean for me to think globally? The world is an infinite universe of possibilities, a multiverse universe of possibilities. And from my eyes, this is what it makes it so amazing. But as Woody Allen said one day, if you are not failing every now and again, it's a sign you are not taking all your opportunities. But I wouldn't say failing. I think it's more about giving a step out of our comfort zone. That place where we cannot control all the variables playing in the game. That place where we feel uncomfortable and there are many chances to fail. I'm sure that for some of you, this might be the start of your EA's journey. And I would like to finish with the following message. Give yourself a chance to get involved in EAS at the international level. Think out of the box and make an improvement in world agriculture through our network. It doesn't matter which role you play in agriculture. If you're a student willing to open a committee in your home country, already an EAS member or alumni, or any other player in the agricultural sector, you and EAS need from each other.
Thank you, Samuel, for this interesting speech. Truly, the concept of thinking global and acting local is something to keep in mind. Our next speaker will be Roel Merks. He's professor at the Faculty of Bioscience Engineering, and he's also head of the Department of Earth and Environmental Sciences at our university. He will be representing the university of the Bioscience Engineering faculty here. So, yeah.
Good morning, all of you. First of all, a correction. I'm no longer the head of the Department of Earth and Environmental Sciences. I thought after 10 years that was enough, so I'm just a normal soldier at this faculty at the moment. But today I am representing our dean, and her name is Nadine. She's the dean, but she couldn't come and she sent her regrets too. So she gave me a presentation that I will try to follow to some extent. I will add some notes and skip a lot of notes that were in the original presentation. So first of all, welcome. As you have seen, this is quite a nice city, especially yesterday when it's not raining. Maybe today it's a little worse. And I've read in your document something very peculiar. It's stated that Leuven is very young due to some bombing during the World Wars. So that's the first positive thing I've ever heard about bombing. Now, I'll do some technical things. Which computer is this? It's maybe because you didn't have good marks with me that you're sabotaging me. I didn't check those, so don't worry. So normally it's this. The fact that you are here means that you have found Leuven, and we are very proud to say that Leuven is like the center of the universe. You see, you can drive to anywhere in Europe within a day's time. 2 hours to London, 2 hours to Amsterdam, to Paris, a little longer to Amsterdam because there's all these rivers to cross. That's a little more difficult than the channel, it appears, and so on. So, Leuven, I hope you will have the time to enjoy the most important classroom of the university is right in the top left corner. This is where some students are all the time. They never get to the lecture room because they're stuck on this marketplace. However, there is a library, there's a beautiful town hall, and there's a museum. But anyway, I like this city, and I'm a little biased, I must admit, because I'm born here and I've practically lived here most of my life, apart from some a number of years in the north, which I will not comment on that, some time in Australia and the US and somewhere, but I'm really from this town. If you want to know anything of this city, here's the one to ask question about. It's a small city, to Chinese standards, it's not even a city, it's just a hamlet of a provincial town. It has only 100,000 inhabitants, but it's central and you can go to Brussels and anywhere in a very short time. All these old buildings, not bombed or restored, that you have seen already or you may see in the future. The history of this university, for those who are interested in it, it's a little boring maybe, but we are very proud to say that our university is one of the oldest on the continent and as a consequence in the world, which is not that all that true, actually, because you see, it has been founded in 1425, and some of our clothes, the gowns and so on, are really dating back from that time because they're very thick and wool, and it's because there was a small ice age in the 15th century, and we are still having to wear these very heavy gowns at formal occasions. But as you can see, in 1797, our French friends abolished the university, because it was a Catholic, a religious kind of institution, so they got rid of all that nonsense and the university was closed. As a matter of fact, it only started again in 1816, thanks to the Dutch, who were governing this place in the world. As you know, Belgium is a concept. It's not a people, it's not a country actually, it's a creation by the English, the Dutch, the French, and the Austrian, Germans, to create something in between the big nations in Europe. We are not a people, we are just a creation on paper. So the Dutch ruled and restated the university, but that was not in Leuven, it has been for a long time in Mechelen, actually. So it came back in Leuven only relatively recently. So when everybody tells you the university is from 1425, you take it with a pinch of salt. But anyway, we are proud to be the biggest one in Belgium at the moment, which you can see from this table. We are about 60,000 students at the time being, and the picture gives the impression that they are only here to play basketball or some sports, which is also, again, not all that true. I'm saying a small number of international students. It's about 7,000, and the reason is basically we are teaching mostly in Dutch, and only the privileged on this planet understand this language. So that's why we cannot attract many students. But we have English programs, as you will see in some of the next slides. Number one of foreign students from the Netherlands, for the same reason that I gave you a while ago. Then Spain, Italy, Germany, Poland, and then from the non-European countries, China tops the ranking with about 650 students. Now, our faculty. This is the main building And as I said, if you have questions about this city, there is my office in the main building of the Faculty of Bioscience Engineering, which was baptized a few years ago because formerly it was the Faculty of Agricultural Sciences. The reasons for this change relates to the fact that actually very few people in this country are active in agriculture. It is getting into a relatively unimportant activity economically wise. This, I don't know the figures, maybe some people who will speak after me will give you the quotes. There's maybe like 3% of the population active in agriculture. But of course it is important for the very basic fact that we are the ones producing food. It's basic, but economically it's not the most important sector in this country, which is also reflecting in the funds that our faculty is receiving from the government and so on. As you will see tomorrow, institutes like IMEC and others receive a lot more funding. But anyway, we still have about 2,400 students divided over the different categories. The system that we have is according to the Bologna decree in the 80s. It's in the Bachelor and the Master of Science division, 3 years Bachelor, 2 years Master of Science. And then there is a common doctoral school that we share with the Faculty of Sciences and the Faculty of Civil Engineering. So the structure is a little common like most other faculties of bioscience engineering, I guess. The first 3 years, the good thing is that the first 2 are in common. So we are still sticking to the concept that basic training should be common to everyone, whether you go into food technology or land management or biomolecular engineering. We are still so naive believing that everyone needs to have a solid basis of the basic sciences, mathematics, chemistry, physics, and so on. This is how we are. This is, we think, why our graduates have no problems whatsoever to find a job. Maybe some of you don't have a job. That's their fault then. Okay, main problem is we are confined to teaching in Dutch. It has historical reasons. We had to fight for decades to be able to teach in our own language, and that was a right. So that now it turns against us because this is the problem that we are facing, and which is leading to the fact that we cannot attract a lot of international students. But the law says that basic teaching should be in Dutch. Even master programs, we have problems in having them in another language than Dutch. So, masters, we have 7 Masters of Science degrees. They all get the degree of engineer. Running systems engineering, the most important one, because I'm teaching that. Bioinformatics, things that I don't understand, food technology, molecular biology, human health, nanoscience, water resources, engineering, so 7 in total. Now, we are organized in a number of departments, and the introducer told you, I'm from the Department of Earth and Environmental Sciences. It is the most important because everything starts from the ground, isn't it? And you see some of our students, they are eager to become teachers themselves in our department. As you can see in one of our most interesting activities, our field course at Ethiopia last year. We have 5 divisions: soil and water, forest, nature, landscape, bioeconomics, geology, and geography in one department. And I have to add that the last 2 divisions are from another faculty. They are from the Faculty of Sciences. We are one of the few departments that combines divisions of different faculties. This was a revolution in this university, and it has a lot of problems also, but I will not allow to enter this. The other department has the name M2S, Microbial and Molecular System. It houses these centers for surface chemistry, catalysis, food and microbial technology, and all the microbial and plant geneticists. Third department is Department of Biosystems, where, contrary to the Department of Earth and Environmental Sciences, you see not that much unifying concept behind creation of the department. It houses everything from crop sciences, gene technology, livestock, biostatistics, sensors, all together in this one department. You can wonder what this chicken is. As I said, I got a presentation from my Greek kids in that department. I told this chicken is eating something very weird, and it's reflecting on the picture. Maybe you've visited some of those. We have a small greenhouse facility. We have a few less pigs than students, and we have some of the students. And we have chicken, sheep, and a experimental farm. But as I said, it's relatively modest because agriculture has not the biggest priority in our faculty, I must say. Networks, some of those are here. This is actually not for the faculty, but for the university. We are proud to be in the League of European Research Universities. There are 21 in Europe in that group. We are in the European University Association and in the Coimbra group. But more important is where we are involved in, and very important, of course, is the right bottom corner, IAAS. And now I have to plead guilty before you are looking for stones to throw at me. I've never been a member of this organization when I was a student here. It was a very weird organization in those days, and I think there was one student of my graduation